the U.S. Justice Department faces a deadline from Congress today to turn over highly anticipated documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said yesterday that department officials informed his panel they would begin providing those records on Friday. I want to bring in CNN crime and justice correspondent Katelyn Polantz. Katelyn, what do we know about this delay from the Justice Department?
Well, Wolf, the way it sounds from how the House Oversight Chairman James Comer was speaking yesterday is that this is a bit of a pleasant agreement that's happening between the Republican-led committee and the Trump administration, the Justice Department. We do know that there was a deadline. The House Oversight Committee had subpoenaed essentially everything in the Epstein files, so the investigative material, as well as anything around Epstein's death in 2019 when he was in jail. And the Justice Department, they did have that subpoena deadline today, but Comer came out yesterday and said they're going to start producing things, beginning to produce documents this Friday. There will be redactions, we expect, related to victims, especially since this is a situation of child sexual abuse. But the big question here, as always, is anything the House Oversight Committee going to get something that we haven't seen before? Because we have seen slivers of the Epstein documents. Ghislaine Maxwell went to trial, but those Epstein files, they just haven't been released. Will the House Oversight Committee get them?
You know, it's interesting, Katelyn. Chairman Comer's announcement came the same day that the former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr testified before the committee behind closed doors about Jeffrey Epstein. What do we know about that?
Well, Barr is one of 6 different attorneys general, former attorneys general, who've been subpoenaed to testify to this committee in a deposition. He's the first one to go up to the Hill. There was no issue with him, no lawsuit arising, no standoff for his testimony. But he went, and what Comer said in the middle of that deposition is publicly he said that Barr testified Epstein died by suicide. That did happen whenever Barr was the Attorney General in 2019. There was no foul play around it. And that Barr also said that he didn't have any conversations with Donald Trump about a client list that Epstein may have had. And there was nothing incriminating, Barr said, about Donald Trump, specifically someone we know who knew Epstein. Again, we're going to have to see what others will have to say. And one thing no one's talking about right now is what did Ghislaine Maxwell tell the Justice Department just a couple weeks ago? Will that transcript be something that the House Oversight Committee pushes for? Right now, what they're pushing for is information from so many attorneys general, FBI directors, the Clintons, people who are in the rearview mirror of the Epstein investigation.
A lot of history there. All right, Katelyn Polantz, thank you very, very much.